we are rolling.
Waka 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 waka.
I'm not used to these quiet starts. I thought we would get past these quiet starts when Josh came back into it last time, but he can't make it this week.
Waka 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 waka.
Although, to be fair, he's probably still recovering from that giant frigging thing me and him and Luke were playing last night.
Oh, the Avengers.
Yeah, that game went on for way too long because we did it random and picked all the most difficult fights. Rebecca, you'll remember that game. That Avengers one we used to play on Tabletop Simulator, where you get playing as like the Lady Void deck and such.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Josh and Luke apparently found one where it's all scripted, so you don't have to do it all manually.
Oh, very nice.
So we had a game of that last night. Also, it just proved that tabletop still works, so I can probably get back to, Betrayal.
Give me the cookies and cream, baby.
I don't think that's part of Betrayal. Either way, greetings everyone and welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra. So, just a quick up thing before we do the last time. You may notice something's looking a bit different here, as it was with Devil Darlings for the last upload, and that is we're still having some OBS/Chrome/Roll20 issues. In that, if I have it high performance, OBS doesn't want to work. If I have it low performance, at least I can record the videos, but the screen gets extremely laggy. So we're just going to have an overlay for now until shit is sorted. Hopefully, which does mean that even though we're doing a combat fight here, the power and an illusion of the mind for those that are watching. So, last time. You've all still had your discussions on the ship, you're all gathering up your forces. There were some, how to put it, awkward moments. Some heartfelt moments. You all felt a giant void creature pass underneath the ship, as well as a small void creature trying to eat the ship. Through this, Potoo and Wafflebyrg had a bit of a heart-to-heart, with Wafflebyrg making Potoo promise not to reveal Wafflebyrg's plans to the rest. We also had quite a lot of, I don't want to say in-jokes, but quite literally a lot of jokes revolving around Alekxander. AKA Alekxander's catchphrase friendly catching on everyone and everyone making their own versions. And then Alekxander trying to form a small harem.
Yeah.
Alexander essentially doing the big horny.
Hooray!
We
I
also,
think we were actually still waiting on Alari to arrive. I don't think she arrived yet.
that is true. There was also Alari having a bit of a vision about a certain glowing beacon over in the valley that she found out later is a chime. She was also contacted by Aurelian Sol about potentially freeing him in exchange for her and Delris having separate bodies. To which she consoled a certain someone knowledgeable about this, which led to the return of Kuiper. So the party has their Moon Man once more. And I believe we did end it with Potoo finding Ledros below deck, having a bit of conversation and being told, maybe don't trust Viego. You know, the guy that tried to end the world. Maybe don't trust him.
We don't trust him.
Maybe don't trust him more, so hi, Zach.
Zach!
So I do believe we did end it off with the party potentially looking into what this beacon is in the valley.
Yeah, but also the freaking other party members showing up from the other Runeterra game.
Wow, wow. I will one day
No,
make
you're
it back to that game.
doing
I
it
do
wrong.
enjoy that game. Yeah, that.
That's how you do Alchemist.
This is coming from the person that's running out of energy.
Though, to be fair, that character was an endless source of entertainment for Tom, at least.
Yeah,
Just him working in the other room and then just hearing,
Yahoo! Yamahati, ya! Yaha!
like any
So
on the
basically,
table.
female Wario.
Oh, it's because she couldn't talk. Well, she couldn't speak common, so she was speaking like ancient Yordle.
warrior. So, you all are still on the ship at the moment, as you do gather up. Out of curiosity, since you weren't here last week, what would Mariah have been doing in this time?
Mariah probably would have been listening into everything, and she would probably be practicing some of her doctor skills as well, as that is a very important thing to her. And what
Okay.
I have been doing in this past week.
Oh yeah, no, you're starting up work at Thingy soon. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, at the hospital, they've asked me for my scrub sizes and everything. It's
still-
well exciting.
I still find it weird that you are quite literally doing Dr. Mariah stuff in real life soon.
Yeah.
Either way. So, as Mariah spent this time looking around, trying to find any potential. Fuck, dice was 15. Any potential things to operate on. I did have a small thing of when Jinx came back on the ship, because Jinx got a message to join up the fight. She picked up Mariah and tried walking off with her, only for Mundor to then pick both of them up and walk back onto the ship with them. So you would have probably used that opportunity to slip out during the confusion. Now I do need to, just as a quick reminder, what did the rest of you do with that body of the Voidling?
I don't remember.
Santa? Jack? Because I believe it were you two that were there as well for that. Because I
What?
remember that you killed the Voidling, but I don't know what you did with the body.
Burned it?
Left it for someone else to deal with.
Okay, so Mariah, you do find a body to as you do discover this small bug-like body, just kind of chopped in half. You know that it's already too late to save it, but another important part of being a doctor and science is the autopsy.
Yes.
Many a thing can be learned from dissection. Do you attempt it on the Voidling?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
Make me a medicine check if you would.
Okay. Wow, are we surprised by that?
I mean, it is a
A
being
void.
it is a being from the void. You start to separate the halves, start to peel back layers. This anatomy is practically alien to you. You have no real idea. Especially given, despite the fact it looks like they have a stomach or some kind of thing, there's no real connection beyond that. It seems like whatever they eat just dissipates.
Hmm.
Especially, but these things got no pooter. So as everyone does gather up on top of the ship to plan out this mission, those that are on the top of the ship will hear hurried footsteps, and you will see a purple goo-coated Mariah just arrive, just like putting away the rubber gloves kind of thing.
It's like, what did you do?
Contamination! Jacques!
Practice! At least I did it on a dead body, or else I would have killed something.
A void body.
Yes, it was very interesting. I can't recognize anything.
As this conversation is going on, I would like to state that Wafflebyrg, just with these two massive tongs, is just grabbing Mariah and slowly moving her.
Mariah has no reaction to this. She's just being picked up happily whilst talking.
And it's just like moving her. It's just like, who's got a bucket or a shower or something I can just dip this into?
Water! Instantly water, Wafflebyrg! Oh, wait, no, actually, Wafflebyrg might have this. Hold on. You know, it makes sense that Wafflebyrg does not have any... Wafflebyrg actually has the opposite of water, which is acid, spicy water. Anybody got the ability to, like, summon water or, like, I don't know.
No. I am
So-
also quite the opposite of a water user.
Someone may have, I just need to check. Reminded myself that it's probably going to take a while to check because, haha, acceleration turned off.
How are we on a ship that doesn't... Oh, wait, no, we've got bathtubs. Wafflebyrg's just gonna run and put her in a bathtub.
So, Mariah, you've quickly taken back below deck. And
Yes.
you hear the sound of a running tap. And you just see a large filled bathtub that you're just slowly being lowered towards.
Woo! Shower time!
Well, this is easier than Wafflebyrg thought it was gonna be.
It's just,
Wafflebyrg was worried that she was gonna fight against this.
No, but if it touches her hair, you're done for.
It's bubble. It's a bubble bath. I would like to say.
Oh, that makes Mariah-
Wafflebyrg only takes bubble baths.
so, as Mariah is lowered into the bubble bath, the purple goo does kind of float to the top and just, like an oil slick on top of the water, until the hair touches. At which point, you've all seen the intro to SpongeBob SquarePants. The hair absorbs the water and then just ejects a shit ton of bubbles.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is she.
Wafflebyrg, concerned, looks at his cohorts, looks at Mariah, looks at his cohorts, looks at Mariah, looks at his cohorts. Anybody with barber skills?
I don't think she'd allow that.
No.
Wafflebyrg is just gonna take out a very large shower cap and just cover her entire hair with it. Don't ever take that off.
Oh.
You just hear distant muffled cries from under it of, "Run to the dome! Run to the dome!"
This Wafflebyrg is just handing Mariah a rubber ducky. It should be stated, by the way, Wafflebyrg is in like full quarantine gear.
Just
He's not
hazmat
touching
suit.
this shit. Yeah, he's not touching this shit. He's in
I was just
full
gonna
like
say the
filled
eggplant
over hazmat
COVID
suit.
era. They're going through COVID and they're being blocked away from humanity.
Alrighty.
Just one of the
Oi.
cries of, "You can't hold me down, I don't believe in lockdown."
I'm not wearing a mask. I can't breathe.
I'm an eggplant.
I have an exemption.
I'm a model citizen. Fuck the government.
It's all a hoax.
Don't they have a monarchy?
You might.
Overthrow the king.
We have a monarchy, and yet we still have a government.
We have both.
Oh, he's got people in your coronation that are hidden behind prosthetics, besides the fact that it's a real dude who's got a real name.
I love
I
the
mean,
fact.
to be honest,
Okay,
it did
yes,
look
I must-
like two pensioners getting some like fake crowns put on them. Let's be honest.
I love the fact that he had to come out recently and be like, "I'm an
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
person."
I'm an actual yeah, it's funny.
So after
Yes,
you
it
do
looked
manage
like
to,
2 pensioners. Not that it was actually just 2 fucking pensioners.
after you do manage to bathe the Mariah,
We're gonna have another coronation in a few fucking years.
Yeah, just give it 10 years, and we'll be having another one.
I mean, if it's anything like a government switching prime ministers, yeah.
No, he's
It'll
just
happen in 44 days then.
Can this head of lettuce outlast King Charles?
We're starting that again.
If it does, it gets crowned king.
I think we should do that. Have Lettuce as king. King Lettuce. I'm loving this. Or
We have-
Queen Lettuce.
We have become highly derailed.
We should let Count Binhead be an actual count.
We have become highly derailed. So, you
Yep.
bathe the Mariah, and you pull her out of the water. And the water does have, as I said, does have like that little bit of an oil slick on the top of what is just a mixture of void goo and water. Burning cans.
Just the bathtub. We'll get a new bathtub. It's okay.
Santa, odds
Also-
or evens?
Odds or evens? Odds.
So, as you begin to heat up and essentially cleanse the bathtub, you see a purple mist rising up from it.
Unless somebody else sees it, Wafflebyrg ain't stopping. He's trying to cleanse everything. Also, as he's doing this, he's looking at whoever else is around. Does Mariah look any more purple to you? I don't know. I'm
No,
colorblind.
but maybe don't burn her.
But contamination.
It's
No.
not that
Burning.
contaminated.
Mariah.
Mariah, do I have your consent to cleanse you with fire?
No.
Oh.
Wafflebyrg, as you're looking
What?
at this purple mist as it's rising up, as you're currently trying to burn the rest of the room down, apparently.
No,
You've
I'm
seen-
just being fun, Wafflebyrg.
You've seen this kind of purple mist before. You
Mhm.
feel like you may have just created a rough, rudimentary, gaseous version of Shimmer.
Cool, we'll keep that in mind.
Just kind of like staring at Wafflebyrg like, don't do it.
Do what?
No burning the Yordle.
Can I put her in a cage?
No.
Okay.
Do anything to that Yordle and I'll get in the way.
But it's contaminated.
You just hear,
Don't worry. If you get ill, I can cure you. It's fine.
That's a much more horrifying prospect.
Okay, I know how to fix this. Alekxander!
Yes.
Hold on to this, he's gonna hand him Mariah, and shake it real hard like a can of paint.
Looks at Mariah, looks at Wafflebyrg, looks at Mariah. Alexander's pretty sure that this one's filled with explosives, are you sure?
Yes, we're gonna expunge the evil humors.
Alexander thinks that humor is relatively lighthearted myself. You know,
Wrong
in
kind
case
of
of cutting
humor.
people open.
Oh, yes. It's okay, just shake her really hard. And then that Wafflebyrg's hiding behind Alari.
Very well. We are going on this terrible journey together. Shakes
What was
Mariah
that
real
about
hard.
Alari?
Wafflebyrg's hiding behind Alari. Just in case she actually does explode.
At this point, none of us know if I
Alari
would
just
explode.
sighs. It's like,
So,
it's less violent than his last suggestion.
let me first of all roll one of these.
First of all, let me get the wild magic table out.
Alexander just shakes her so hard that like freaking blops of purple, like she becomes just pure white because all the color just fucking slaps off. Oh my god, it's Haddon time. Raya is a Haddon time character now that I think
Okay.
about it.
So
We've got so many NPCs outside that are going to be so concerned if the ship just explodes.
I do need to now look this up because I did find a 1d100 table for this.
Wafflebyrg can fix it.
So, Mariah, is
Yes.
your rapidly shaped akin to essentially put a can of Coke? You feel something start to bubble up inside.
I don't feel so good.
Hit the deck! Wafflebyrg's just scuttlebugging out of the room.
And yes, I am actually going to do a funny wild magic thing here.
Oh god.
Even though Mariah isn't a magic class person,
Yeah, she's a
she's
Yordle.
a Yordle, and you still shook
Yeah.
up a Yordle viciously. So the earth starts to taste a bit sweeter. For a brief moment, you'll ponder what that smell of freshly baked good is. And then just in midair, just all around you, you start to see donuts popping into existence. Apparently 93 on this chart is you summon a lot of donuts.
I guess I'm shaking donuts out of Mariah.
So yes. The,
I mean,
outside
that
this-
could have been worse.
outside
Much
the-
worse.
I mean, what were the other options for just blowing the light? I mean, yeah, 92 would have been your blood turns a little fiendish, and 94 is a large, strange egg appears on the ground in front of you.
Jesus.
Honestly, this is probably the best thing that could have happened. Wafflebyrg saved the day. And we got a sweet snack.
No, I've just realized what the worst one would have been. 99. Everyone in a 100-foot radius rolls on the wild magic table.
Oh no! That
That's
would have been awful.
the entire fucking army outside.
Every NPC needs to roll.
I think we would have just gone through every number at that point.
Oh, there's well over 100 people.
I mean, oh god. 71. You summon Tingle, god of parties, or his equivalent in your game. Congrats, we summoned up surprise party fiddlesticks. But yes, you do find yourselves kind of, I won't say like waist high, but it's definitely falling short of your knees. Just donuts, different colours, different flavours. Some jam / jelly filled, some just with icing on top, some just like the sugar coated ones.
Anyone hungry?
Alekxander is not sure that this would be
Where did those come from?
healthy.
Wafflebyrg is very concerned where those came from.
I will not tell you. Just eat them. I'll tell you after.
That's not encouraging.
Alekxander would have to confess that is opposite of encouraging.
Wafflebyrg would say that it's very encouraging, but Wafflebyrg's not a donut person. More of a bagel person, actually. There was a bagel bakery on the corner of Zone. Was being the key word.
You just, Kuiper just goes, well, at least we've got something to feed the army.
Moonman, you're still here?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't going to leave. Not without saying goodbye.
I just, for some reason, I thought you already did say goodbye. Am I misremembering things? Is Wafflebyrg misremembering things?
I think originally he wasn't going to stay, and then he decided to.
Ah,
Wafflebyrg
okay,
told
okay.
Yeah.
Alari going, "Hey, Aurelian soul."
Okay, yeah, that might be why Wafflebyrg is misremembering things.
He decided to stick around due to the power of it seems like we're coming up to a climatic point. Is it okay if I join back in?
Yes, yes, it is.
But
It's always okay for Chops to join back in.
with this unexpected turn happening, Kuiper will start to load some of them on his floating desk and just kind of start to clear the room out a bit of donuts. Just like, I'll take them down to them below.
Don't tell them where they came from.
Alekxander thinks you should, it'll be funny.
Maybe after
I
they've
think
eaten.
this particular instance is strange, even by Yordle standards.
Wafflebyrg did not know that Mariah could summon donuts. Wafflebyrg just thought Mariah was a gun lady.
I didn't know either until right now.
See? Wafflebyrg saved the day.
Alekxander did all of the work!
Wafflebyrg and Alekxander saved the day.
That's better.
Yes, there we go.
I'm still laughing at the fact it's like, oh yes, I quickly set up like a little combat thing and that lot. The first half an hour has been spent bathing Mariah and then summoning donuts.
Alari's gonna head outside to see who we're waiting on.
Pretty much as
Like
you head
who's
outside,
missing.
you do see the armies being fed the donuts. Aside from Mundo, oddly enough, Mundo goes, no, donut bad for health. Rot teeth. Mundo, not fan of dentist.
Mundo only eats salads. Mundo is healthy. Mundo is vegan lifestyle.
Mundo only
Mundo
eats.
is Vundo.
Mundo only eats salt. But yes, it seems like they are gathering up, just trying to organize themselves into essentially like small scouting parties at the moment before they set off for the main area.
Hmm. I'm just kind of keeping. I'm looking over to see which of our allies have yet to arrive, basically, and kind of just generally keeping an eye.
I didn't make it.
Because
I'm
we
ha-
had Draven, the Feliordians arrived.
I believe the only one that hasn't arrived yet was Alawi. No, Alawi arrived.
Did she?
Yeah, remember
No, because we
she.
talked about her, but we didn't actually.
No, Alawi arrived after Kuiper arrived because you were like, ah, yes, and the this one is here.
I don't remember.
So yeah, I do believe they are all there now.
Hmm. just kind of like looking over everything, like, I hope this ends well. In our favor.
Well, I suppose it will. There's no reason why it wouldn't.
Who's speaking to me?
Do you turn to face the voice?
Yeah.
You see a pale-skinned female with a bit of a different attire than the last time you saw her. Instead of mainly focusing on moons and such, it is a lot more of like a starry field for her clothing. But you definitely recognize the face of Stellara.
Oh. Hi.
Hi, I figured since Kuiper was coming, I should lend a hand.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were coming with him.
I initially wasn't going to do so, but apparently they're getting things in hand, and there wasn't really a place for someone who's just mortal there to assist. So I figured I'd help where I can here. So, how things been?
Getting more complicated by the day.
Why is that? She says as she's just biting into one of the donuts.
Just kind of gives the donut like a wary look. Like, well, the fact that we've gotten involved in fighting a war against the Void kind of speaks to that.
I mean, we've faced them before, haven't we?
Not much, no.
I
Like,
mean,
we faced undead.
there were the Berg, there were those ones in Fresh's place.
Yeah, but it's not like we're literally going to fight something that could destroy this entire world if it's allowed to run free.
So could the emo bitch down there. She just like kind of thumbs to the stairs, presumably towards Viogo's direction. And yet you managed to kick his ass.
Ugh. I still don't like that he's here, but we don't really have a choice.
And you managed to beat up Fresh, who also could have done that.
To be honest, if you're going to stand there and start listing off every single person that we beat on we're going to be here a while.
Exactly.
I also put a lot of that down to how the fuck have we survived half the shit that we have?
Hey, Alexander takes precedence of that. Alexander survived because Alexander is Alex fucking Xander.
Ingenuity, intelligence, and Alexander.
Insanity.
Insanity, yeah. Well, that goes with ingenuity.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alexander
also
knows
luck.
to go hand in hand.
Luck, about 90% luck.
That seems about right. It's at points
We
where
live.
you all would feel like a bit of a rumble through the ground.
Wafflebyrg is immediately on top of Alexander, despite the fact that Wafflebyrg is taller than Alexander.
It does shake you up a bit at first, Wafflebyrg, until you realise it's Jack's ship sailing through the sand just beside. Just going
Oh,
on
I'm
ahead.
so glad that
Yeah,
you gave
yeah.
me a shit play.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
forgot
call
about
it the mildly massacred village.
Wow! Wow! I mean, that's actually a pretty fucking good pirate ship name. I'm writing that down for Star Plunder, actually.
I can live with this.
Now that I think about it, hold on. The mildly massacred village. Yeah,
The
writing
mildly
that down.
manicured village now.
Mildly.
It's just piloted by drag queens. It's the mildly manicured ship.
Oh my god, it's Florida's biggest nightmare. Drag queen pirates.
No, not in front of the kids. But yeah, the ship will go on ahead to scout, as will the T-Hex in a different direction. Just like over the intercoms, you just hear Heimerdinger be like, Don't worry, I know you wanted to pilot it. I'll bring it back in one piece, maybe. Possibly. 85% chance. With varying degrees of variables.
We will see how this goes.
So, what now?
Well, I guess we advance towards it. Our goal. And hope
Okay.
for the best.
Oh my goodness, is it time? Alekxander looks gleeful. Because of course he fucking does.
Perhaps somebody should give like a speech to the forces?
Alekxander will give a speech to the forces if you really need someone to do it.
I mean, that's the best course of action when it comes to military conquest.
Just Alexander just stands on the highest point of ship. There are two things you need to know. Number one, this is Alexander's army.
Wafflebyrg has Wafflebyrg brings over a connected pipe and hands it to Alexander. They should be very loud. Everybody should be able to hear.
Alright. Testing. Alexander, 1, 2.
Too loud! Too loud!
As you do try to
Modify the
speak,
settings.
there is kind of like that loud screeching sound that you would normally get from this kind of thing, like the type of noise.
Oh, sorry about that. It would appear that Wafflebyrg doesn't talk to other people. Who'd have seen that one?
Give Wafflebyrg a second! Wafflebyrg chucks a fucking wrench at one of the intercoms. And by that I just mean one of the gramophones attached to a pipe. Try now!
Alexander Romero, 3-4. Whole name this time.
That sounds good.
Oh.
And as you do go to try and make your speech, the screech happens again, but this time not over your pipe. It's happening to the left on top of the captain's quarters.
Fair.
Yeah. Where you see Jinx with a megaphone just about to shout the speech herself.
Alexander would like to thank every single person who is here today for participating in making sure the planet does not explode. Today will be very dangerous. I'm talking over a very loud woman right now. It's only a little bit annoying, but I'll continue nonetheless. It will be very dangerous, which is why it is imperative that as many people as have arrived. Many among you do not like each other. I should know. I've dealt with 50% of those conflicts in Alari alone. However, it will require everybody to get on and synergize to the best of their abilities to take down this. What is it called again? I actually forget the name of the man we're here for.
Malzahar. Just say world-destroying threat.
Malzahar, world-destroying threat. That's a weird name.
Yeah.
Our forces should be combined to be able to deal with him and his void minions. And so I look to all of you to stay as strong as you can, though our threat is unknown and very dangerous. The best defenders of the planet stand before, on the plateau of... God damn it, what's this place called again?
Sharima.
Jahana!
My Sharona.
My Sharona. At this point, Wafflebyrg is gonna take the fucking pipe from him. Is gonna be like, in other news, to the person that parked the ship over by Sand Dune 3, you left your lights on.
Alexander will take you back like, That'll be shifted soon.
Turns out,
Because
So
it's
what
not
say all of
been-
you? I want to hear a big ol' war cry before we go charging off to our inevitable victory. This wasn't optional.
you hear basically the equivalent of a muffled war cry.
Oh,
Just
come
kind of goes
on!
up. She just kind of goes up and takes the megaphone from him, and just
It's,
kind of goes, "Look, I'm not gonna give another big speech, but let's go and fuck them up."
it's less because of enthusiasm is down, because it's not. More because it's kind of hard to yell your war cries through a mouthful of donut.
Oh, for goodness sakes, just raise your hands.
Also, there will be free booze afterwards.
You get a loud, just like spitting out of donuts so they can actually fully cheer from the friendly audience over that.
And that's how you get a crowd, baby. Wafflebyrg still got it.
Also, probably
Alekxander would be so proud of you if it wasn't just, you know, generalizing my entire race.
also probably a small cheer from your left or right, whichever direction Mariah's in.
Well, I mean, also,
let
don't
Mariah
forget the
drink.
Noxians, who are probably just as heavy drinkers as the
Yeah.
fucking wrong audience.
Don't let Mariah drink again.
Right. Get all of your stuff ready. Get all of your weapons sorted. And get on your war animals. We set off in 15 minutes. Pipe
You wanna
goes
know-
off.
You
Or,
want to
you
know
know,
a fun
just-
fact?
Get on the ships.
Since
That could be a war
Wafflebyrg's
animal.
gone- Since Wafflebyrg's
What?
gone back, he hasn't been able to use his flamethrower. He's looking forward to this. Not really, it's crushing and dramatic, but
I've seen what the Noxians do. You're telling me that their ships cannot be animals, you're a liar.
Not that they can have animals on the ship, but the ships themselves are not animals.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were, though.
actually, whereas the Freljordian ships aren't animals, quite literally the uh,
Yes.
Yeah, did Santa die? Are you there, Santa? I think his internet might have just died halfway through talking. That is what we like to call in the industry a big oof. So, as everyone starts to group up and start to pack up their camps for loading back onto the traveling large beasts, with some of them allowing the newcomers to offload onto their ships as well. But some of them are just choosing to just go on straight ahead anyway in their droves. They seem to like take different pathways around, seemingly in an attempt to maybe try and flank or get behind enemy lines, leaving just a couple on the ship with you lot. One of which I'm going to need you all to roll me a perception on.
Oh, okay. 1 second. One sec. It's having some problems.
Oh no. Connection problems or?
Slow problems. I may have to relaunch. Give me a moment.
Yes, this
Not
is
my laptop, but like.
roll 20. I was looking through roll 20 options to see if they were aware that, see if they added something that could be disabled, but I can't find it. So I will.
Just give me a moment.
Aye.
It's being a pain. Not that I'm particularly good at perception anyway as Alari.
Oh, wowie.
Wow, wow.
Ah, there's Santa.
There we go.
Yep, I disconnected slightly, but I was here to roll.
So, Alari and Alekxander, you're too busy trying to get the forces rallied, get them prepared and sent off. Wafflebyrg, you manage to catch this out the corner of your eye. Mariah, you definitely see this coming as a certain blue-haired maniac kind of slinks over towards you, Mariah.
Yes.
She'll just lean down and be like, okay, so, I know you, you know me. I know that you want to cause as much mayhem out there as possible, yes?
Mayhem isn't the right word, I don't think. I caused mayhem accidentally. Yes.
And how about we do it on purpose this time?
What, killing the bad guys? Mayhemly?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to kill the bad guys. Crazy.
Good, 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 good. Here, take this. And she's going to hand you a bag.
What's this?
Drugs.
It's our little secret and your special weapons.
Drugs.
Wow, I've always wanted ketamine. Thanks.
Oh no.
Just as a Yordle head just popping up, like,
Yeah.
just alchemist, just like
Alchemist ketamine.
she was an that's the thing, she's an alchemist, so anything drugs or like freaking concoctions, she's like she would be super interested in.
Are you going to look in the bag, Mariah?
Yes.
You find 8 chompers, aka
Oh!
the little hand grenades with the bird traps attached.
Oh my god, I'm actually this is exciting. Mariah's very happy over this, and my dad just sneezed and sneezed again.
I could hear that.
Man, it was like a gun that. Jesus.
Tune in every time on the tides of Runeterra to get more updates about whether her Dallas sneezed.
Ow. But, yes. As she does hand that and you look, she'll slink off and be like, well, gotta go join the forces. And hop off the ship.
Wow.
No one got
She's
much in it.
amazing.
Just like watching her leave the ship is like, knowing our luck, she's going to cause more damage than good.
Alari, you do hear... What, sorry?
I said, Mariah said that she trusts her.
You have very bad judgment.
She'll show
people.
what's in the bag and go, look, weapons!
Alari, you see Mariah just walking over to you with an open sack like it's Halloween. You see inside the sack several hand grenades with tiny bird traps attached to them.
Why?
I think these will be very useful. If used correctly, and if I don't blow someone else up accidentally.
This causes me a lot of concern.
Oh, crap. I actually just remembered I need to grab something. Wafflebyrg is rummaging through Mariah's hair. And he's taking the beads, a fireball.
You just hear
Oh god, all the weapons are coming out now.
as you're rooting through, you just hear a few cries of, it's the bringer of the flood.
I'll eat you. I'll fucking do it. As he just like turns away with the beads. This is in
Like-
case I get swallowed.
Just those of the just like, yes, please.
Yes, daddy.
Well, that's cursed.
I'm surprised it took us that long to get to that. But yes, Wafflebyrd's like, in case I get swallowed, I'm keeping these.
So, are there any last-minute preparations peeps are doing before you all set off?
Actually,
Alari just kind of is just like standing there in a constant stream of anxiety.
Alexander,
Yes,
or I guess Jack. Alexander's not a barbarian, right? He's a paladin.
he's a
He does.
Barbaladin.
He's a barbaladin. What's his armor class?
His armor class is 16.
16. What's his dexterity?
4. No, 2.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's actually better than what I could give him. Never mind. I was gonna give you the barrier tattoo, but it doesn't.
Oh, it's back.
Also, there goes train.
It's now here to break Santa's windows.
Sweet home Alabama. 16 times.
So, you gather up what you need and you set off. Are you taking the ship with you or are you going on foot?
Taking the ship to a safe distance. Wafflebyrg will not bring it into battle, though.
Okay.
Yeah, because Umpa and the pets are on board as well.
Oh, Umpa's already like at the front of the ship, just if the song existed in the League universe, it should be singing the friggin' Valhalla song by Led Zeppelin.
Just kind of goes, picks up child. You are not going into battle.
Mm.
You are too young for war.
Fight.
Wafflebyrg has a special mission for you.
Huh.
We're gonna be in combat.
Eh?
A surprise attack could happen at any second. The enemy could get around us. They could get to our ship, our home. So I need you to guard it. It's a very important job because if we win the war but lose this particular battle, then it's all for nothing. If at any point that you feel that the ship is being attacked, you press this button right here. And Wafflebyrg points to a very large green button. And it will, well, you'll see. But yes, you are keeper of the gently used fish.
Button press.
Not until you see enemies, though.
Other button press.
Only
What was
if
that?
bad guys are coming for you.
Yes, only if bad guys are coming for you. Until then, here's a squeaky. And he hands her a squeaky toy.
She like takes it in one hand and begins to gnaw on it.
Squeaky, 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 squeaky.
Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. Alrighty!
Are you setting her down, Alari?
Yeah, I'll set her down.
If you set her down, she wanders over towards the portal. Or at least where the portal opens up.
Hmm.
And picks up what seems to be a small little box. With a golden looking button on it. Button press.
The what?
She presses the button.
What? No, what was... You cut out a bit there. What
Oh,
the
sorry.
fuck is happening?
She wandered over to where the
Golden
Yordle
button.
portal normally is. There's a little box there that she picked up with a golden button on it. And she said, button press, and press the button.
No, And she immediately starts running towards the child.
And as you do so, you see a couple of things just kind of start to rise up from the deck of the ship. And a little automated message plays. Now, I had to quickly install this, otherwise your fine zone-out captain there may have been quite cross with me, but I figured the ship is going to need some defenses, and I may have prepared some for you. Wafflebyrg, you would recognize these things rising out of the ship and assemble themselves to be Heimerdinger brand turrets.
Wafflebyrg will bring this up to him after the battle. If he survives, if Heimerdinger survives.
If Heimerdinger survives, what, the battle? No, the conversation.
Yeah.
But essentially put, there are 4 Heimerdinger turrets on the ship.
It's like, kind of goes over to Umpa and takes the box.
Yeah.
It's like, Umpa, you don't press strange buttons unless you've been told to.
She just kind of stares at you like the look of, I'm not a child, I'm not dumb. All while still gnawing on the squeaky with her in her other hand.
Just kind of like, listen, the task you've been given is very important. What if you had pressed that button and everything went boom? Your task wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have been able to do your task. You've just got to be more careful.
That red button.
No. Any button.
Red button boom.
Not always. We live with Wafflebyrg. It could be anything.
Wafflebyrg likes to change it.
Actually, if you remember correctly, the red button is just sending the ship into an immediate crash course. So yes, it is boom. The green button, on the other hand, is a surprise.
That does not bestow any more confidence. I hope you understand that.
Jazz hands.
green
As
button-
Wafflebyrg just walks away.
The green button is a surprise. It is also a boom, but this one sends it flying upwards instead. So,
It's kind of like,
as the ship carries on its way, you do see this valley starting to approach in front, with its rocks jutting upwards. Might be a bit difficult to try and get the ship over it while still keeping an eye out on everything. And it's definitely not going to fit through it. But this is indeed the valley where you saw the beacon.
this is where we saw that strange beacon. Oh, where I saw the beacon.
And as you say that, you'd hear like the bonk as the little owlbear just marches onto the ship and just looks in the direction.
You know it's there too, huh?
It'll nod.
Hmm.
Yet again,
You-
Mariah, you know of these bongs and such of the chimes because of your dream you had.
Yeah.
So being told that Alari has seen a beacon off in the distance of one, you kind of get the idea of what it is out there.
Yeah.
See, Delris is the one who saw the fucking last vision. So Alari is not as in the know.
Get back.
So, are you going to land the ship here closer to the thing?
What do you think? land and go on foot?
Sorry, who was that question to?
The party in general.
Ah, yes. Well, we've already landed, so might as well go on foot.
So, as you do land, those that are still on the ship, who aren't members of the party, will just look around back. Alright, if you're going all the way through, some of us will go to the left, some of us will go to the right. Try and work it out that way.
Hmm. It's a good idea. See if we can figure out where this is located. And she'll pick up the owlbear. And just be like, and you're gonna help me find it, little one.
As you say, and you're going to help me find it, little one, you feel something hop onto your back.
I still don't know what this thing is.
Mm. Oh yes, because to you it just looks like a little old granny. Just
Yeah.
attached to your back. Mariah, you would be able to see through it. Attached to her back is not a small little granny, but rather a prehistoric Yordle.
I think I've put a picture of her in D&D chat
What?
before.
Ah, yeah,
I don't remember.
You're right there, Rebecca.
I had a really bad sneeze. It took the wind out of me. So a prehistoric Yordle is
Yes.
on a bat.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
alchemist.
She heard that there was chimes and stayed.
Well, yeah, because the chimes are a means to an end.
Mm.
They are for finding and bringing back lost peoples.
So, you approach this valley on foot. And just from where you are, you can see that there was signs of life here at least. Whether that life is still here or not is another question entirely. You do see what seems to be like stone walls, stairs, little fire pits, and buildings built into the side of these rock faces. But it does seem a bit quiet. Can you please make me perception checks?
So, Zach, I'm just posting the picture of Alchemist.
Knowing the fact that I'm touching the sand.
So that's the Yordle you would see.
Adorable.
To the rest of you, it just looks like a little old granny. But to anyone who can see through Yordle glamour, it's the fuzzball.
Wafflebyrg's high as fuck, so he sees a pink elephant.
So we've got a 14, a 6, a 16, and a 20. Alari and Wafflebyrg, you can't really see much. Alari, it's because you've got a Yordle on your back and an owlbear in your arms. And Wafflebyrg, yeah, it's because you may have inhaled a couple of those little vapors.
Also, Wafflebyrg's been inhaling the rest of his drugs because you can barely, this is, yeah. He's trying to keep himself at least somewhat sane.
I will say for ease of sake, since they're not here for the session, that Potoo and Kuiper have kind of taken the bird's eye view situation to try and scout out. But Alekxander and Mariah, you
Yes.
see a couple of shapes moving among the rocks.
Oh,
Bipedal in nature, and yet no visible arms, long outstretching tail, and elongated heads that seem to end in finger-like mandibles. You've seen these things before, back in the Shadow Isles, as part of Wafflebyrg's fear. You
It
recognize
would
these?
appear that we're being stalked.
You recognize these to be Zerg's Eye.
I am.
BRB a sec. Just gonna go grab a drink.
Okay.
I'm assuming you
Good
point.
to know.
I'm assuming you point them out to Wafflebyrg as you say that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Mariah would say something.
Mariah, you're only spotting the one at the moment. But Alekxander, with that higher roll, you're seeing quite a few of them.
There's we appear to be being surrounded by quite a number of the those creatures from the Shadow Isle. Do not believe that we had a particularly good interaction with them previously. Cannot believe that has changed.
And I'm going to.
Um.
Luckily, they have not spotted you yet.
Yes. Well, we might as well take the initiative. If you come here to clean the scourge, we're going to clean the scourge. Who
So-
wants first blood?
So are you going to try and do this stealthily, or are you just going to go all out?
Well, how many is there?
From what you can have pointed out to you, you can spot roughly 7.
7.
You can see.
You know what,
you can see roughly
Alexander?
7.
I will leave the decision to you.
Alexander believes that really in this situation we should avoid fighting if we can, in all situations, until we come across the true threat here. It would be foolish to waste our spells and our energy on these if we can avoid it. Alexander would not suggest this very often, but Alexander would suggest taking the stealthier route here.
Okay.
I am unsure if they've already spotted us, but I'm sure we would be able to lose them.
Well, let's, I guess, sneak on by.
So I am going to need stealth checks from you four.
Maybe he's gonna.
That's a 14.
Yep, just give me a tick.
Alright.
I'm having a quick. I don't do a lot of checks like this. It's been a while, so I'm just making sure I haven't got anything that's immediately and obviously useful. I don't.
Also, I should probably do this as well so you can get a rough idea. There you go.
That's pretty good.
So essentially, you'd be entering towards the bottom of the map. So we have a 14 and a 19. We also
Where
have
are we putting ourselves?
Back.
towards the bottom of the map it would be.
Alrighty.
I have returned.
Welcome back. I need a stealth check from you, and I'm still waiting for one from Rebecca. Also a 14. We wait to see what Rebecca's is. If she's there.
I rolled mine.
Oh, it's
15.
a 15. Yeah, it just came
Yes.
through now. Yet again, roll 20 acting a bit slow because I've not got the accelerator on. So I can actually guarantee a recording today. So let's see how this goes. Well,
Oh,
Can't say we didn't try.
it just wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be.
so as soon as you do try and sneak along and through this place, I'm going to roll a 1d4 to see about this. Let's see which one of you is the fuck up. Given it's a nat 20, it could be quite literally any of you. Alari, as you're sneaking along, there is a sudden noise that rings out. It's sharp, it's quick, and it leaves the back of your head slightly wet as Alchemist sneezes.
Who fucked up the stealth? Dion pointing at Dion.gif.
It wasn't me, it was other me.
It was the me I don't currently control. Though I do have her sheet in my bag.
That reminds me, I do have the sheet for Mini Kaiser upstairs as well, because Kai gave me a sheet for this stuff. Specifically for this reason of in case he got brought up in this game. But there's a bit of silence after the sneeze as it echoes throughout the valley. Before, almost in unison, you start to hear the screeching of the Xerxai as they are now alerted.
Well, Wafflebyrg's taking out Wilhelm II. Time for a firefight, I guess. Gonna murder my drama.
So as much as this is going to pain me because I had laggy roll 20. Also, Rebecca, if you could drag yourself onto the map here with the others,
Okay.
because we are going to go into some initiatives. Screw it, this one's going to represent them. At the turn. No, that's a d4 I need. The 1d20. So they got a 12. That reminds me as well, just before we get fully into combat here.
Mm.
What level are you all at the moment?
9.
9.
9.
I just need to make sure that you were up to level, Mariah. Because I couldn't remember for a second. I was like, wait, did I level him up while Rebecca was here for a session? No, you're all fine. Yeah, please.
I'm just realizing I don't actually really have any AoE spells.
That's a 10 for the Mariah. And we've not had Sandra Alekxander's. Or if I have, then roll 20 is just lagged out completely for it.
Jack?
Yeah, sorry, what? Oh, right, yeah.
Initiatives.
I completely processed that and then didn't do anything with it. Don't mind me, I'm having a stroke.
It's
My
initiative
bad.
time. Okay.
Is yours being laggy, Santa?
What do you mean?
Initiative. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it was the first initiative.
Yeah, it lagged that a bit on
It
our end, I think.
only
It just came through
showed
now.
up.
Oh, okay.
So Santa got himself a 20. Well, I think we know who's going first. Just mark that there by descending order. I really need to try and get a new browser downloaded as up for this because the slowness of this is just it's pain on my eyes. But first up would indeed be Waffle.
Before you continue, I think Josh's recommendation would be Firefox. A man usually knows what he's talking about,
Yeah.
so.
I haven't gotten to use these yet, so I need to see. So these are all they're up in higher positions than us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a way up or is this a cliff?
It's like a steepish cliff. You'd probably be able to climb up it, but it would require a check.
Cool. So Wafflebyrg is taking out the motor broom. Wafflebyrg is getting on the motor broom. And Wafflebyrg is flying with the motor broom. And he's gonna find her about right there. Actually, let me double check on how far it can fly. It can fly about 50 feet. So that is 10 feet that way, plus an extra 20 feet in the air. Actually, let's make it just an extra 10 feet in the air. That way I can still hit things. And then Wafflebyrg with Wilhelm, as he is bringing out his, from an Artificer standpoint, despite the fact that it is the brand new Wilhelm, it is in fact his Eldritch Cannon flamethrower. And Wafflebyrg is going to go ahead and make that sweet attack. They need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Just the one in front, or?
It is a, give me a second, it is a 15-foot cone of fire. So both of them. Actually, wait, no, sorry, I'm starting that off. We do just be this one.
Yeah,
Yep,
because he's
just
on a
this
different
one.
elevation.
Yep. Well, also, I was doing the cone in the wrong spot. I was doing it weird.
Either way, it failed.
That is a failure, so he is taking the full amount of fire damage. That is 6 points of fire damage. Wow. As Wafflebyrg, as Wilhelm's just spewing flames. I should state it is chemical fire. For Wafflebyrg, so it's got this like multicolored hue to it. Also, if they happen to be carrying any flammable objects, those go up in flame too. So if they're flammable, yeah. But I probably doubt they are.
They aren't.
On that, since that was Wafflebyrg's whole dealio, he does. Does he? Actually, give me a second. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since we've actually done combat with these characters, and I don't, for the life of me, remember. Oh, Sorry. Attacking with my Eldritch Cannon is a bonus action, actually. So I can still attack with my normal weapon as well. I did not actually know that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and attack with my pistols.
That's it.
Is that a hit? Alrighty. It is, of course, ricochets because Wafflebyrg never gave those back. Which is that, and then the radiant damage as well. So in total, that is going to be 20.
To be fair,
3
none of us
points of
gave us
damage?
the weapons back.
No, none of us did. We kept them. So that'll be 23. That'll be 12 points of piercing, 9 points of radiant, and 6 points of fire damage. And that is Wafflebyrg's turn because Wafflebyrg does not have extra attack anymore because he's artillerist now.
It is still up. It is allowed.
Okay. So you've attacked this one.
Yes, I've attacked this one. Yep.
That's fine. I am going to. How is the one he attacked looking? Does it
So-
look does it look like it's gonna go down quickly, or does it look like it's still really, pretty strong?
Still looks like it's got some fight in it.
Okay. So, in that case, I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at it. Where is Guiding Bolt? There is Guiding Bolt. I'm only going to do it level 1, because... Where's the extra 9? Oh, 22 to hit, 9 radiant damage.
Yep. 22 hits.
And the next attack has advantage on it.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I will activate my Mantle of Flame. So I'm currently on fire for a minute.
I hear a puppy.
There is puppers. But that's me.
Okay. We get to the Zerg's turn. As they begin to charge forward.
Oh, today's a bad day to be brave, Wafflebyrg. They got him in the air.
Pardon.
I do believe there was one more here. He's round the corner here. There we go. Some of them having to use a bit extra of their movement because they were having to move down the cliffs at the same time. But we do have 2 on Wafflebyrg, 1 on Alari, and 1 on Mariah.
Remember, if it attacks me, it gets burned.
It's fine, it's more a case of if it can deal more damage to you, then you'll be doing to it. So, on Wafflebyrg, one of them will have disadvantage as it's having to try and leap up to get you. The other one is standing on the edge of the cliff parts where it's the upper level part, so they would be able to get to you.
Yep.
So starting with that one, it's a 17.
That's a hit.
That is 4 piercing as it bites into you. And 6 acidic damage.
We're fine. If that's the worst that you can do, why was I afraid? I know why I'm afraid. I know.
The other one misses because it had disadvantage. Which is very lucky for you, given that was a nat 20 otherwise. The one on Alari is going to 22.
How? Sorry?
22 to hit you.
Give me a second. Do you do meet and beat or defender wins?
Meet and beat.
Then there's no point. I was debating whether there was a point in using shield, but there isn't.
So that is 8 piercing and 7 acidic.
Fine.
And how much fire damage is it taking?
Give me a second. I had to count out my health. It takes 5 fire damage.
Okay. Also, I should mark on this one that he is guiding bolted.
Yeah, the next attack on him has advantage.
Yeah, there we go. And on Mariah, we get a 7.
That does not hit.
I'd be surprised if it did.
I would be concerned if it did.
It'd be funny if it did.
I think Mariah would be dead if it did by now. Don't think she would have lasted that long.
No, but can you imagine, like, a player actually having a AC of 7 when the base is 10?
My character is that weak.
Just somehow lost AC. Oh god, can that happen if you have negative dex?
No, the base natural AC will always be 10.
Damn,
The other
that'd be
three,
funny.
the other 3 that could not go into combat raise their heads to the sky and start to shriek loudly. One of them fails to summon anything up. One of them, you feel, well, you hear off in the distance, scurrying, scampering feet, as if a couple more Xerxai are going to be joining in the fight soon. In fact, let me just...
Hey, out of my bag.
It is time for dog moments. I'll be your host.
I don't really have any fire spells I can use in close combat either. I do have something good.
A couple more of them do get summoned.
Literally nothing in my life.
Wafflebyrg, you won't be able to detect this.
Ow!
What was that? I can't hear you. Sorry.
You won't be able you won't be able to detect this, but Alari, Mariah, and Alekxander,
Hmm.
you feel a trembling in the ground.
Yay! Sorry, it felt quiet, so let's go with yay.
It is Alexander's turn.
The big void bug is coming.
Alexander has always had a little bit of a vulnerability for large groups and dogs, apparently. Uh, if your boy wanted to deal with a group, how would your boy? Oh. Honestly, could have forgotten that I have. Okay. So, this map's a bit strange. How flat actually is it? Or not flat?
There is
Uh,
nothing in my bag for you.
Essentially, put
I just
the
took all the treats out.
area that you're on is the ground level, essentially put, and then
Yep.
it raises up in like tiers from there in tiers of like 15-foot width.
Right.
Essentially put like this is 15 foot up, and then the next area is 15 foot up from that, and so on and so forth.
Very well. This does put a mild dampener on things. Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Raka.
Raka.
Hi. Don't mind me.
No worries.
We fight Sing Xerxai.
Fuck, I have actually forgotten. Where is that? What are they called again?
Swalberg.
No, really, where's it gone? Oh, there you go. Anyway.
I get the feeling Alexander's going to launch himself.
Group combat's my weakness. And so I'm trying to pull something groupy out of my ass. That's a sentence. Right. So,
It's fine if it's anything like with Mariah, just shake him.
I think I've got one. I think. Maybe.
Smite the shit out of them.
There's nothing in my bag.
There's nothing in her bag. Did you know that, guys? I don't think there's anything in her bag. Right.
Puppy antics.
The pup causing chaos.
It's just a bit too far for me to go through with that plan. Which inevitably means unless... Nah, that would be an action, surely. So scratch that. I could just check this. Yeah, it's an action. Right. Well, I've exhausted my list of possibilities down to only one single possible course of action. I need to climb onto this cliff. So that will take me 25 feet. Do I require an athletics check?
Yes, please.
Bollocks. I mean, fair enough. I'm not too bad at it, right? Yeah, that should do, right?
Yes.
I am now going to channel divinity. Conquering presence. I force each creature of my choice, those creatures will be obvious, within 30 feet of me, to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, that creature becomes frightened of me for 1 minute. Alekxander simply looks around, determines that he has no idea what to do, climbs up a cliff, and screams. It is a very frightening scream.
Indeed, it was. There it is.
Terrifying.
Let's have time for ice cream.
Borf, borf, heck.
So I need every Ching Chong Jiangji within 30 feet of me, yes, I've already forgotten their names, to make me a wisdom save. I'll allow you to decide how vertical would work.
It's sound-based, so...
Regardless, every creature 30 feet that isn't an ally, make a wisdom save.
Look, it's
Or-
literally that scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender in the play, with the big muscle man playing top, who just screams.
My DC, I've forgotten it. My DC is 15. They cannot move closer to me if they fail, and they also have disadvantage on all ability checks and attacks rolls as long as I remain in their sight.
So, the ones that fail is the one that's attacking Mariah, and these two over here. The rest have passed, with oddly enough the one jumping up to try and bite at Wafflebyrg, as well as this one over here, showing no phasing whatsoever, because they got the nat 20s.
Suppose that makes sense. Always easy to be scared of something you can't see than something you can. Right, that is my action. I very rarely need to consider a bonus action, but here we are.
I thought you
I don't-
used your bonus action to stream, or was that your action?
No, that's my action.
Oh.
That was a bonus action. Angie.
Okay, the rage has begun.
Angie. Let me click on myself. What's the best Angie image we have? Angie.
No, that's the thing that Mariah's gonna try and throw eventually, and
Angie.
accidentally lodge it onto someone. Speaking of which, Mariah, it's your turn.
Oh my god. You're a barky little shit tonight, aren't you?
Borf, borf, borf,
Okay,
borf,
so
borf.
I've got one up my ass, essentially, currently, yes?
Yes.
Would it be best to use explosive right now, because I would explode myself? So I'm not going to do that, not yet.
You would explode yourself and Alari, but also probably
Yeah,
hurt
and
those two.
you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm not in the mood to kill myself and other players.
Add on to that, it would count as an attack against Alari, so you would be taking fire damage as well.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be a melee attack.
I mean, punching someone with a grenade is a melee attack.
Right, so this guy here, next to me,
Yep.
I will attack with my scimitar,
Ooh.
because it's close range, and I will...
Yeah.
I'm going combat. Let's do it.
18 hits for 4 damage.
That's not too bad.
And remember, you do have 2 attacks.
Don't know if that will hit or not.
A 15 is a meet and beat.
Oh, okay, that's good. We know.
I was about
We
to
know
say, why is
the.
it not letting me click on something? I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. So that is 13 damage in total. Not too
And
bad.
that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. So we get to the top of the round. We get to the top of the round with a waffle.
Alrighty. We're gonna go a little bit higher into the air. We're gonna come right about here. I go maybe about another 5 feet into the air, so that I'm 15 feet total from the ground.
Okay.
Seeing as now they are the furthest away from me in the cone, all 3 of these should be able to be hit because the cone is facing down. So, Wafflebyrg is a happy lad. And
Yeah.
Wafflebyrg is going to go ahead and proceed to use his flamethrower.
Because it's a 15-foot cone, yeah. Dex saves, is it?
Yes, it is dex saves from all 3. That's a success, but he'll still take half. That's a fail. That's a fail.
So the 2 that are on the lower half here both fail. The one that was on the upper thingy nimbly gets out the way of the fire. It was a nat 20. You know my rules with that when it comes to these saves.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that it was a nat 20.
I've been getting a lot of
Alrighty.
those today.
So that is a 6 to those 2 fire damage.
Yep.
Plus, because that's just the bonus action, my actual attack action. And is the one that has been damaged thus far, is he dead?
He is not dead yet.
Cool, we're going to shoot him.
Yep. Remember advantage on it because of guiding bolt.
Yep,
To be fair,
that
he should
I
have.
think hits.
Yes, to be fair, he should have rolled his thingy with disadvantage anyway. Because of
So
guiding bolt,
that's
if I recall.
that's
No,
7.
it's only advantage on the next attack.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mind then.
It doesn't
and
give
that's
them
10
disadvantage.
radiant.
So
So that's
17
6
in
fire,
total.
7, 10. That in total is 17 plus 6. That'll be 23.
Okay. He is still up, but he's looking rough now.
Oh, good.
Was it only against the first attack on him that would advantage your all attacks?
Yeah, it's the first attack.
Okay, so that's gone now.
It's only the next attack, basically.
Yeah. So, Alari, you've got
Sweet.
one quite literally right in your face.
So, firstly, what I'm going to do is use my bonus action right away to activate my Channel Divinity, Strands
Okay.
of Fate. And I am going to reach out and essentially just put my hand against this thing's chest, and I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds at level 3.
Okay.
No, level 4. So
18
it's a
is a
touch
hit.
spell. And that does 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
25.
25 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. That hurt.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yep.
And I've used my bonus action, so that's me.
Okay. It's at this point when the rumbling in the ground becomes more intense. And then barreling out from underneath the dunes, you see a larger version of a Xerxai. This one, more heavily plated, with what seems to be like a large bladed like rhino horn on the front.
Oh, fuck me.
And it is going to make the first of its actions, which is quite literally to bull rush Alari. 21.
Shield.
Yep. I'm about to say it's not a 22. I know that's going to be the shield. So as it comes charging towards you, you just about manage to quickly get the shield up, but it just deflects the horn sideways.
Yeah.
Before it turns its attention. And it's going to make its second attack against Alekxander. As it tries to
Yeah.
go and scoop you up with the horn. 20.
Very well. So scooping up the horn. Do I read? Thanks, Gay. Sure, I'll allow it to go through.
Okay. So as it hits and gets the horn underneath, you'll be taking a bit of damage, not too much.
Fair.
You'll be taking 12 slashing damage. But that's
I'll
not
be taking-
that's not the main part of this attack. The main part of this attack is it then raises its head up quickly and launches you into the air.
Wait?
Essentially, but get ready to take some fall damage from this thing.
Fair enough.
Let me just make a strength check with this thing just to see. Okay. So, not the best kind of toss out there, probably because you already had a bit of grip on the rock. But you've gone up like a distance of, we'll call it roughly like a 15-foot toss.
That's not a lot at all.
No, it didn't roll that well. But it has gotten you off the cliff face. And it is the Surtr. These two cannot approach you any closer. So they can't really do too much from their distance. $20, $25, $30. That one I managed to get to there. These three are still hopping around trying to get at Wafflebyrg. These two, having been a bit too low, are going to make their way up to these cliff face plarps.
I would like to state that Wafflebyrg is high enough that he was able to attack them from the cliff. He is about a good 10 feet up from the cliff.
Yep, so they are going to be rolling with the disadvantage still.
Okay, cool.
So from top to bottom with those, it is an 11 will miss.
Hmm?
The
20
first one would have
hits.
been an 11. Well,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's another 11.
Okay, cool.
And let me guess, it's either a 19 or a... Okay, it's a 12.
None of those hit. Yep.
This makes me sad. And then the three that are down here having a combat. So on Alari, given shield is up, a 20 will miss. Did it take fire damage even if they don't hit you?
No.
Okay. 17 will also miss you. And on Mariah, a 21.
That will hit.
Reroll.
What?
Reroll that.
Well, you're casting to re-roll it? Well, what ability is it?
I'm not casting. I'm using my Strands of Fate cleric.
There it is.
My
Is this the one that's
Fright?
frightened? It should already have
It's-
disadvantage.
It
No, it's-
is...
No.
No.
Okay. Just remind.
18.
That will still hit.
Okay.
Dang. I can't do any more.
Yeah, good enough chance, but take 9 piercing and 5 5 acidic damage. But I feel like it's at this point when I need to just quickly check something. So we maybe... How long's that been there?
That's what been there.
The personality traits for Mariah. Happy can be a bit of a dumb bitch though, optimistic.
A while.
I spotted
10,
it
5,
somehow.
14.
But I do need to check something, but it's taken a while because of the slow. Okay, so there is something that you could do as a reaction, Rebecca.
Okay.
Because you've
What
been
can I do?
You've been hit from the side.
Yes.
Roll a d100.
Oh.
Remember, you've got for the king.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't go off. It needs to be a 90 roll both for the king to happen.
I always forget that exists.
So do I, because it rarely happens. So, that is their turn. Alekxander, you are 15 foot up in the air and quickly coming down. So you'll be taking just 1d6.
Well, falling technically doesn't take movement, so
It does not.
and I sure as hell do not intend to do anything before that.
3 damage as you land on the ground.
Yes, Gareth. Use a calculator, Carousel. The answer, I do believe, is there'll be 56. Sorry, where were we?
You land in on the ground taking 3 damage.
Do you round up or down for damage?
Up.
Up. Fair. I angrily fall slightly less hard.
Oh yes, rage, yes. I mean, to be...
So, I have an important question. Is this one up the top of the cliff or the bottom of the cliff?
It's at the bottom.
Bastard. I've done something funny. I just need to check again. But something I never had to think about before.
Also, while you're just checking that, something I've just read that yeah, I kind of saw coming. Do you know, like, when Overwatch 2 first came out and we were like, I'll be fine, but we're just waiting for them to add the PvE?
Yeah.
Apparently the plans for PvE have just been scrapped.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
going to be the case.
It's been that way for a while.
So, I haven't played it for ages anyway, I've got even less reason to go back to it now.
Yep.
Well, despite my greatest attempts to be a decent AoE mopper here, I cannot yet. So, don't worry. I just means I'm gonna go back to doing usual Alekxander bollocks of simply electing to approach things I don't like and hitting them until they don't move anymore. Ooh. Oh me, oh my, I've got an idea, my guy. Nah. How many of these enemies are actually above me or not? It gets a little weird because I can't quite see the map.
They're above you.
They aren't?
Sorry. They're above you.
They're all above me.
Yes.
That's...
The only one that's on this kind of leveling as well is the one directly to the left of you.
Also just realised my plan wouldn't have exactly worked in the way that I planned anyway. Well, seeing as I am our solo fighter, I'm missing the most obvious of things I should be doing here.
Hey, if Alari takes more damage, you're not going to
Jump
be the solo
attack.
fighter for long.
I'm on top of that now. Jump attack, but slightly, so it's obvious what I'm jump attacking.
Okay. So you're jumping onto its back while making an attack, essentially, but like a leaping stab.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Make me an attack roll. Well, make me an athletics first. Let's just see.
Yeah. You know what? I don't really,
Oh, God.
I want to look at that.
Okay.
That's better.
Yep. Make me a D attack.
Make you an attack. Sorry, every time. Yeah, that's the one that doesn't care whether they're undead or not.
19 hits as you manage to just come down with your greatsword and just plunge it into this thing's back.
Is there any extra damage that I could possibly have, seeing as I could normally multi-attack, and I can't really do that while jump attacking, I don't think.
I mean,
There's no rules against it.
yeah, there's no rules against it. I'd assume it's just a case of you've landed while plunging the sword in and then you just quickly pull it out and then stab it quickly back in again.
Very well.
So that's 21 so far.
I'll move there for obvious flanking bonus is obvious. And I've... Yep, that one. I'm going to smite.
30, 41,
Yes,
51,
you hit me
50.
from through a tree.
So that is 55
And it
damage
is.
before the smite.
It's 3d8, so... What's the fucking maths on this again? Where is? What is? There it is. It's a D8, right? Yeah. And then add 24 radiant damage.
79 damage in total. Let me just check something just quickly.
Certified Paladin moment is certified.
Certified, that would have killed a Xerxai in one hit. Well, in that one turn moment. But I do need to work this out. Okay, it is on that HP now and thrashing around wildly. It is still alive, but my god, you took out a giant chunk of that.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, as this giant bug has started to loom over you, Alari, after tossing Alekxander in the air, Alekxander quietly just got up, hopped onto its back and just started stabbing it. And it is just thrashing wildly.
Good.
Is that you, Alekxander?
That is indeed Alekxander.
Oh, actually, no, wait. I think you've forgotten to add something else onto it as well.
Oh yeah.
Angie damage.
I mean, just add 4.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of damage, so I sometimes forget about it. I also can't help but notice I've started auto-rolling damage. Why have I started auto-rolling damage?
I don't know.
Yes, Karis.
Mariah, it's your turn.
Oh, Control Z.
Okay, so I've got 2 next to me now. Okay.
Yeah. Although one of them does seem to be distracted with attacking Alari.
Okay. I'll probably attack the same one again.
Okay,
Just
go for it. 15 is a meet and beat, and yep, that's another
Yeah.
15 damage.
Just trying to whittle the health down.
I mean, it's working. I
Yeah.
think we did 15 last time, and that's another 15 this time. It's slowly happening.
Is it looking any weak, or is it still looking quite?
It's roughly in the between state, I'd say.
Ah, okay.
And it's at this point where I'm going to need everyone to make me a perception check. Based off audio.
Okay.
That was supposed to be it.
So you all hear this? A loud rumbling sound. It just starts to emit throughout this valley. As if something large has just passed underneath.
Stop sending bigger things. Stop it. Ah.
It does dissipate after a bit. But with that nat 20, Mariah, you see something just over the cliffs and horizons of this valley. You see one of those
What?
giant war beasts just get tossed up into the air,
Oh.
just in a shower of gore.
Guys, I don't think we're gonna survive for much longer.
Well, running's not exactly an option right now.
You have picked a hell of a time to come to that revelation!
Thank you.
As Alekxander is probably, still cutting chunks out of it.
I mean, you're doing a good job over there, like. But there's something in the distance that no.
Alekxander has punched Ireland. Alekxander can punch thing that isn't Ireland. Alekxander is expert in punching things that are big. I wonder if I can go on my resume.
And it would be at this point, Mariah,
Yes.
just in the furthest ridges, you see a one claw rise up onto them. And then a second. And just off in the distance, I'm going to throw this into D&D chat, because otherwise it'll take way too long for me to try and upload to Thingy. Roll20. You see this thing slowly peering over the ridges.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no.
Wafflebyrg can see this, right?
You see Mariah's reaction.
Mariah looks horrified.
Can you follow Mariah's reaction?
You follow the gaze?
At the gaze.
Literally.
I mean, yes, that too. And you see, looking down on you,
It's
not
the
Rek'Sai.
Undertitan. isn't it?
Yes, you see Xerxareth, the Under Titan.
Waffleberg's in panic mode. You can just hear him like starting to like stutter before he just screams, "Titan!" as he begins. Like he's just in panic mode now.
And you all see it descend downwards. Not towards you lot, however. Alari, you can clearly see the path it's taking. It is going for the chime.
It's going for the beacon!
What?
And that's where we're leaving it for this week.
Nom nom
Oh,
nom
okay.
nom 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 nom. We are so fucked. This thing's bigger than a terrace. We're gonna get our asses eaten.
Oh, Alexander's more excited now.
Not that kind of eating.
I mean,
Okay,
I know.
Wafflebyrg's got a plan. Wafflebyrg's got a plan, and that plan is to run the fuck away.
I hate the fact that there's been so many moments in this game today where I could have just stepped back and just made a vor joke, and I were like, I'm going to be the better
Oh.
person. I'm not going to do so.
You've already made it.
Meanwhile-
You've just made it. You've ruined it. It's gone. It's done. You've done it. You've let it out now.
Meanwhile, you got my dumbass who proceeds to sing a song about it.
So, thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you all for putting up with our OBS issues at the moment. If
And
you
just us in general.
Indeed. If you're enjoying it, feel free to head over to Spotify to listen to Sirens Through the Fog and Star Plunder, as well as Echoes of the Past over on Chocobo Keeper's channel.
By the time this game ends, you're gonna have to plug like 17 different games. You know that, right?
I mean, that all depends on if we decide to record the one shot on Friday.
You ever gonna remember all those names, Lee? Huh? Are you? Are you sure? You definite? You positive? You sure?
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Fuck. I tried to just quickly get it finished before I started laughing. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra. And this is where we cross our fingers and hope that it actually stops recording when I press.